Bookies. Sounds like cookies, right? Mmm. I smell yummy books. Oops. I also smell disappointment. Did you know that books are so yummy that they are defined as a set of written, printed or blank sheets bound together between a front and back cover that contains information, stories, or poetry? Trust me when I say that a book is the only place where you can examine a fragile thought without breaking it. Now, where was I? Yes, Bookies World. It is a club where book lovers gather in New York. Even though they say happiness cannot be bought, at least we can buy books, and that's kind of the same thing. In this scenario, a book is a dream we hold in our hands, and just availing ourselves the ample opportunity at Dr. Udeme Nana's residence, you'll soon be on a journey of discovery that so many books, so little at time. Passiontvng Nigeria is always present where rare things happen. Meet our delectable host, Sebasti Valentine, who gives us a peep into why a room without books is likened to a body without a soul.
It's another beautiful day at Dr. Udeme Nana's residence, and out of the recesses of his heart, he has brought out books from his house to people, to bookworms, to book lovers, to come satisfy some of their cravings. And today is just another beautiful day here. I love the clement weather. I love the beautiful faces I'm seeing. Because reading takes us to some place, especially when we have to stay at a particular place, and because between the pages of the book there is a lovely place to remain. We have come to feed on these materials. The routine is you walk into the residence and just keep looking through the books we have here. There are plenty of them. Very good books, interesting authors, and you just pick the one that interests you, the one that appeals to your senses, the one that's making love to all of your senses, and then begin to go through it. I don't know what I'm reading today, but I'm going to talk about it. You guys will join me. I'm doing idiots with BSC today.
I'm doing famous people. It cuts across everywhere, you know. Your work.
Looks like you've read it already.
Yeah, I've actually gone through last week, so I want to call it.
Attitude is everything. I can assure you the fact that it's small doesn't mean the content is small.
Because of them.
I'm done with the ritual of choosing which ones we're going to read. I have chosen mine, so let's see what it has inside. Okay, so when we return an hour from now, we'll get to feed on some of the things that we read during the session. So we're taking this recess to be back shortly. Thanks for staying tuned to Passion TV. So let's get passionate reading.
The day is so bright and beautiful. The fresh breeze re-echoes the beauty of hope. The beautiful flowers give us a glimpse of Eden. Who wouldn't want to be somewhere else by just being where they are? Only in a book can such experience be possible. These gentlemen and ladies had a hard time trying to make a perfect peak. But as the saying goes, there is no friend as loyal as a book. Well, they still had to be stuck anyway. Now let's meet some of their newfound friends. The Rules of EQ, Idiots with BSc, Confessions of an Economic Hitman, Biography of Aliko Dangote. Attitude is everything. Think big. Acres of Diamonds, Famous People Fact File, and others. Now is the time to devour these cookies and disappear visibly into a world of our own. Even if it is on a mountain, a forest, a cave, space, or even in the luxuries of our mind's eye. For we lose ourselves in books, and we find ourselves there too. Tick, tock. Ticking, tock. Tick, talking. Time flies when we are having fun. Book fun. Why? Anyway, just be the pilot. Review Time was premiered by a rather heartbreaking title. Guess which? Idiot with BSc. Read by Sebasi Valentine. You needed to have seen her face like Princess Rapunzel when she was devouring the book. She hinted that most people make A's in school and C's in life, and vice versa. The topic was then left in the open for proper exhuming. Another PowerPointer question was, is creativity tied to the provision of basic amenities?
A graduate of engineering was making excuses for his laziness. He said, how can one be creative? How can you be creative when there are no basic amenities like electricity, good roads, good laws, and order to enhance creativity and conducive working environment? Now that's the point I want all of us in this house to talk about. Do you have to be creative only when there are basic amenities like electricity, good roads, good laws and order?
The fact that something is not in existence is the more reason we should try to be creative.
And I agree with that. So it's a big no.
Contributions made were parental influence, expectations, and turning in circles.
I got to learn that education has three basic legs, in quotes.
Okay.
That is to say, education must make you to be able to think, education must make you to be able to solve problems and to socialize. Now I'll stay with this problem solving aspect. So if, just as he said, if you are done with school and you're not able to solve a problem around you, then you're not educated. And I think I'll go with the title now. Yes. You are an idiot. So whether there are basic amenities or not, for the fact that you have gone to school and you are even a graduate, you should be able to solve a problem, whether the abilities are there or not.
Being too religious. Differentiating between being entertained and the belief system. And of course, the role of the media.
I think we should discuss this because I think it's like a basis of the challenges we have in the country. A lot of people have certificates, but trust me, they are still confused. Most of our leaders have MSc, PhD, and they're still idiots with PhD and all of that. Now you just read something that caught my attention. That someone cannot be creative because there are no electricity and all of that. And trust me, these are excuses about 70% of Nigerians give you every day. Actually know someone that told me that he prays too often to have time for any other thing.
We pray a lot.
Yeah.
That's a common one.
And he doesn't have time because he prays, he's always praying. And I told him, look, no matter how spiritual you are, you're paying fees with money.
You need to work.
You're not paying fees with the blood of Jesus or the name of Jesus. You're paying fees with money. Your landlord is a human being, not an angel.
And you've got to provide some service that brings in that cash.
I find myself in a battle, with my folks who would say, no, you studied this, you should be doing this with your certificate and all that.
Okay.
And they don't believe in what they call talent or individual abilities.
Okay.
Now, I think Nigeria has this fundamental belief, or parents have this fundamental belief that you're done with school, the next level is getting a job, after the job you get married and all that. So that's what happens. And another thing is the media.
What has the media got to do with this?
Because the media has a lot of influence on on the minds of young people. You know, so if we're watching TV, let's just watch TV for the sake of entertainment, not for the sake of belief. Because it's a difference, because people will just watch it and like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. So why don't you go behind the scene and say it's actually true? So it's a complex situation.
And we've not yet grown to a point of differentiating between I'm getting entertained and that's different from your belief system. We mix it up, so the thing really influences. You're right.
But you all know that the media does basically three things. It informs, it educates, and then it entertains. Okay? So when you're saying the media also has a thing to do with this, I'm trying to see that I think it's more of an individual's perception of what he or she sees. There's something we joke about now. I'm responsible for what I say. You're responsible for what you hear. So what the media brings is like, this is done on TV, this is media, right? We are trying to inform people, okay? We are trying to educate at the same time. There are some other persons who's watching this just to be entertained. What do you go home with? I think that's more like what we should say. But let's not divert, okay? I'm asking us to talk about how somebody can come back from school, has ideas, but yet has no job or is not gainfully employed.
Okay.
The mind-blowing part was a story to illustrate how education should help us solve problems.
Studied architecture in Europe and came back. Then in his community, there is no electricity, and they don't even have a way or avenue to get cement. In fact, people there do not even know what is called cement. And they don't have water except streams, very dirty. All they have there is they have deserts and they have sand. And
These
they
are
have
real situations.
Yes. Now he looked at it and discovered that one of the problems, the basic problems of his people is housing. Now this is what he did. He went ahead to research more on how to use the local materials there to build, to come up with strong structures. Now, he used mud to mold blocks, and then used the trees, cut the trees around to make beams and pillars and all of that. Local materials, purely local materials, no cement, except nothing was brought from outside.
So from
He
materials
used that
within.
to build, to raise a story building, the first of its kind, very strong.
In that
That
community.
yes, and people started to, get used to it.
Okay.
And he also used that. He used that to build a school for their community. He used that to build a town hall. He used that to build an estate. As we speak, that project has now become a new invention in architecture,
Okay.
where local materials like mud could be used to build, to erect structures. Now,
So
what
what's
I'm
his
saying here
solution?
is, in the face of lack of basic amenities, he was able to solve a problem. Yes, you say, these problems, especially in Nigeria, will always be. Okay? And someone will always say, don't cry about what you can't change. We are citizens, we are just here. Okay? There are some things that the best we can do is to complain, talk, give our opinion. But when it comes to practical action, the practical aspect of it, it's basically more of what the government should do. You are not the government. But when the government is not working, how long will you wait for the government to work? So that is the thing. Right now we don't have steady lights. Some of the basic amenities are not there, but that is not enough reason for us to fold our arms and allow our people to continue to suffer.
Now, and also check out the overrated paper degree and guerrilla approach episode.
You come out of the school system and you have this brilliant idea and you feel comfortable and qualified because of your overrated A4 paper called a degree, to go around accusing government and blaming the situation that because there is no amenities, I would have done this, I would have erected this, and all of those things. You are the wrong person with the right idea. Why we call it an idea, or call it creativity, is that yes, there are no physical structures like foundation to lay your ideas on, but there's something I call guerrilla tactics or approach. Guerrilla approach implies using unconventional way to achieve what you want to do. This is how they used to do it, but because of who you are, the level of your education. When I say education, I don't mean what they teach you in school.
Okay.
That's the one you have given to yourself, and
Some of the struggles that you have made.
yes.
Okay.
So you now establish a new path, discover a new way of doing something in such a way that even the school will now adopt it and start teaching other people on how to do it. That is an educated person. So if you have this brilliant idea and you just go around accusing people and all of those things, you are a clear example of who I'm talking about in the book.
Thank you very much, Colin.
2. The emphasis of having certificates without acquiring knowledge, amongst other intelligent, brilliant contributions.
You can't give what you don't have. People say you come out of school and you have to do something. The emphasis is on degree. The emphasis is on having a certificate. The emphasis is not actually on getting knowledge. So people go through schools. I know if I just have a degree, let me just get a 2-1. Let me get a first class. I'm going to get the best job in town. Do you even have what to offer? The another thing is nepotism. I have people up there, so if I present my certificate, I'm going to get godfatherism and so on. So that has also affected our education. It has made us, change the emphasis from getting knowledge to getting a certificate. And that with that, you can't go far. The another thing is institutions. We don't have strong institutions. Emphasis also on individuals. I'll still use the example of NAFDAC. What about NAFDAC? Where is NAFDAC today? We all knew of Dora Kuyinde. I didn't know NAFDAC had existed before Dora Kuyinde. I only knew NAFDAC when Dora Kuyinde came. So we have to de-emphasize individuals and emphasize on building strong institutions. Without strong institutions, we can't go far. No matter, irrespective of the ideas you have, without strong institutions, we can't go far, because you need policies to be able to take your ideas to a point where you can help the society.
I think that will bring in the business aspect, where one has to now think of using their creativity to start a business or something. From my own personal experience, your environment can slow you down. It may not stop you. It should not stop you, but it can slow you down. In this country, if you want to register a business, it can take you months. It can take you months, and you pay, and you pay much more than you would do in other parts of the world to register a company. I've been trying to do 1 or 2 things as an entrepreneur, and it's taken me more than 1 year to get it done. Something that's very simple. It's just that I don't have the skill. If I had the skill, I would have done it. But I have to pay people to do it, and they keep failing either because they're incompetent or because they are just being dishonest and they just want to collect the money. So your environment can slow you down. You finish school, you have a good business idea, you want to implement it, you want to finish up everything in 6 months and start. But you find yourself 2 years down the line, you're still trying to start.
I get the point you're making. It should slow you down.
It could slow you down, but it should not stop you.
Thank you, guys. A round of applause to everyone.
I guess you agree with me that the books you don't read won't help. For in a good book, the best is between the lines. We move on to another first pillar titled Think Big, read by Nebiet Francis. Or call her Amazing Nebiet Francis.
So I saw something that really caught my attention.
Let's hear.
And if I can spell agriculture, I'll bet I can learn to spell any other word in the world. I'll bet I can learn to spell better than Bobby Farmer. Now, this Think Big, from what I've gotten so far, is a story about this man who was doing so badly in school as a young boy. Like, he was seen as a dummy. He
was dumb.
He was a dummy in school. Like, people laughed at him. They were actually waiting for any moment teacher would say, answer this question, so they could start laughing. Yeah. But the mother, a Christian woman, prayed. She prayed and she acted to not let, she was not just praying. Now she prayed and she now said, okay, you have to start reading 2 books in a week, 2 books. I'm like, my mom said that, I'll just pack and leave the house. I can imagine what the guy felt like to get. But because the mother was there to make sure that this happens, and he kept reading and reading and reading. Then for someone who could not spell a boy, to spell agriculture, that's like almost 12 letter words. He felt like an achiever. So now he said, if I can do this, I'm saying I can do more. And that really, really interested me now. And let's come back to our environment. Businesses in you, for instance, in a private, you have a business that starts, does so well, and the next thing is they go on a nosedive.
Just 1 year and it's gone.
And it's gone. So I don't think they were all using this approach. If I can do this, I can do more.
Okay.
People generally in life, once they have that, they think they are there. They are realized, they feel like, oh my God, I'm an achiever. Have you seen what I did? I'm a record breaker.
Oh, yeah?
They don't aspire to do more. And I think I'm going to read all of it because of this.
Thank God. We just converted someone into becoming a bookworm. Hallelujah, people. Okay, thank you very much for sharing that. What do you learn from it?
Imabonga Kwanakman made an important observation.
There are some times in our lives that becomes a turning point. That's Mr. Carson's turning point was when the mother took a decision. And we have a lot of young people around here, talented people potentially, who have not yet had their moment of turning point. Just because they probably don't have that mother who could see beyond their defections or their flaws. Exactly. So that means we need to do more, not just as mothers, as brothers, as friends, and as role models. We should actually, I'm thinking we should think of gathering some young persons who have achieved some level of success in life, group them, and then see how we can go into communities and pick up young people who would say, okay, you mentor this set of people, and try to see what their weaknesses are and see how we can actually give back to the society, because many of these young persons might not have the opportunity that you have. So their parents might not recognize what Ben Carson's mom recognized, but if me and you, all of us here, we go out there, 10 people, maybe a year, we can actually do much more.
Another contributor said we should pay attention to the eels that are thrown as tantrums at us.
Is that being interested in why people call you either a fool, idiot, dummy, and that. And that is because now people, they don't pay attention why you call them. If you call them a fool and idiot, they get angry and that. And that guy paid attention. And those people were not calling him a dummy because he was a dummy. Actually. Yes. So he paid attention to that and he wanted to change it. And he went home, he complained to the mother, they called me idiot and all of those things. Are you aware that the mom was also a dummy that couldn't read or something? Yeah. And he humbled himself and listened to the mother. And the mother even advised the boy, okay, be reading 2 books in a week. That is a consultancy that is coming from someone who is not qualified. But he listened and started reading 2 books in a week. Unlike us here, that you call someone idiot and you will even be proud of it and carry that stupidity with pride and swag and all of those things. But that guy humbled himself and he started reading that thing, and that was his defining moment. He changed his life for better. So what I got from there is, when someone calls you a fool, be interested in why he's calling you that instead of getting angry. And something will be happening inside of you. And
someone will wake up.
Yes, will wake up and you try to fix it. But we get angry.
All of you. Okay. I'm thinking of what to call you right now. That won't hurt you, I know.
These debates further prove the role books play in our lives and in the shaping of our minds. For the more we read, the more we know, the more we learn, the more places we will go. Books serve to show a man that these original thoughts of his aren't new after all. Now you can ask Abraham Lincoln.
I live in a society where most times it looks as if You're donating blood, and at the same time, you're removing the blood. At the same time. Now, I have a neighbor who has a 15-year-old son, and this boy is unable to write all the 24 alphabets.
Are your alphabets 24?
26, I'm afraid.
Yeah, continue with the story.
I hope I'm not idiot here. all the 26 alphabets. He's not able to do so. I think it should be in SS1 or thereabouts.
Okay, first
Now, she sent the boy to me, asked me to teach the boy. And when I discovered this, I told the mom, this is your child's problem. Now, can you do less of those rated 18 movies, those romantic, those adult movies?
X-rated, we understand.
Yes. Can you do less of that and then begin to buy these educational DVDs
Materials.
and then let him watch? Let him watch. And he said okay, or she said okay. And I'm sure the cost of buying those DVDs shouldn't go beyond 250 naira. Okay?
How did it go at the end?
But after that, about a year now, I think they've even tripled their purchase of
Those CDs.
no, of those
X-rated
X-rated CDs for this boy. And that is when I told her I won't be able to do it. So we keep having a society where you try to, the teacher will try, even when you're not called idiot by your teacher, but the teacher will try to put effort and then try to groom you, and back at home, someone is trying to thwart that effort. Again, finally, I think, to be very honest, I think this calls to question the kind of parents, couples rather, we have. I see more parents or more couples who are not qualified to be parents having children. So I think you should also pay attention. So if you're getting married, be sure your spouse is qualified to be a parent.
Just be sure you're ready for this thing.
That was indeed refreshing. Just when you thought you've been hit with the best, the intriguing comes along. Have you ever come across a brief congealed drop of sunlight? Then you need to check out Echoes of Diamond, as read by Collins Oscar.
This is one book I recommend everybody should read in Nigeria. Yes, Echoes of Diamond. I read it like 10 years ago. And it's been so helpful. Let me see how I can run through everything here at once.
Everything?
Yes, in less than 2 minutes or so. Okay. It's actually about a man by the name Ali Afed. And this man had a friend, an old priest, who was his close friend. And one day, this man, the priest, came to visit his friend, and they were discussing. And he told him, the discussion led to him telling Ali what is diamond, and Ali was hearing about diamond for the first time. So when he told him that diamond is a brief congealed drop of sunlight, that is diamond. And if you can have a diamond as small as this, my thumb, you will be the richest person in the whole world. And he was saying this to a very poor, frustrated human being. How can I get this diamond, or where can I find one? Whenever you see a stream flowing up and down at the same time, inside that stream, inside that water, there is diamond. I don't know if you have seen one before. And that is what he told Ali. And because this guy was determined to get this thing, he left. He had I think 2 daughters. He took his daughters and entrusted them into the hands of one neighbor like that, and sold his house. Just as the Bible said, whoever found a treasure, he sell everything to get it. He sold the whole thing and went out in search for diamond. He combed the whole of Spain, Macedonia, Madrid, everywhere, looking for diamond. And for over like 1 month, he arrived at a river, still looking for diamond, and that was the end of it. This man was tired, he exhausted the whole money he had. He was battered, scattered, and frustrated, and he gave up in life. He was just there looking at this ocean, and the thing was just coming towards him, and the man fell down and died. In fact, it's actually the only book I've read, and the hero happened to die in chapter 1. Chapter 1 of the book, yes, and that's just chapter 1 of the book.
Why is
so,
he called the hero then?
Yeah, the whole book is about him.
Okay.
Yeah, so he died, and what happened? The priest now came back after like a month to visit his friend. Now he came and he saw another person in the house, and he said, he was knocking at the door. The man did not come out, but he noticed something there, and that thing was just there with these curious lights flashing towards him. He said, that is a diamond. The owner, that is the person who bought the house from the other man, came out. He said, no, that is not Ali. That is not diamond. And Ali Afe traveled. He sold this property to me. He said, no, I know a diamond. Whenever I see one, that is a diamond. Just scratching the surface of the earth, that is the backyard, they saw more diamond. They used their spade, their shovel to pack like some part of the sand. The more sand they were packing, the more diamond they were carrying. And
So Ali left diamond.
So Ali sold his own diamond and went in search for diamond. So that's why I said this book is about waiting there for Sokoto. That is actually there for this side.
Wow. I'm tempted to think of life as a good book. The further you get into it, the more it begins to make sense. So, with the inspiration behind this story, you'd agree with me that some books leave us free and some makes us free. For no two persons ever read the same book. Check out the lessons drawn from this inspiring piece.
One single lesson is that thing that I'm looking for, that thing that I need, just all what I need to do is to look around. To even be the water leaf beside me, I need to cultivate and start selling and make millions from it. Anything, it must not be a very huge thing.
It's possible that the land you're going to buy actually has a diamond and the one you're leaving doesn't.
Okay.
So if the man actually waited more years, what's the guarantee he would have still found a diamond in that place?
Maybe he needed to look around, like he said. Maybe he needed
because
to
there is
check
no
first.
there's no desert land anywhere, even in the desert.
And there was
there's
no
something.
clue whatever, the man that,
I'm going to give you an example. Now, it's like the mobile phones you buy.
Sure.
You might have a mobile phone and you see someone with another mobile phone. Like, my mobile phone can do this, can do that, and all that. But you're not done exploring your own mobile phone.
Exploration
To know
is
the
good.
abilities.
Look around.
You just feel what I have is not enough. But you see, by the time someone shows you the things that your mobile phone can do, you're like, really? I was like, even I'm going to sell this phone, and all that. So
I think I had an experience this week. I have one phone, and I wanted to.
Are you about to disgrace
I want
yourself?
to open. I have an Instagram page, and I wanted another one for something I wanted to do. And then I'm like, how do I start buying another phone to carry two phones? I was actually planning to get a new phone so I can have open the other Instagram page. And then someone said you can use one device to have two. I'm like, really? Let me confirm, because you go on social media, you always confirm everything you want. Like, okay, is it possible to use one device to run two Instagram pages? Say, yeah, so you can, and it's giving me options. I'm like, can you imagine? My point is always make sure you exhaust
Your options.
exhaust your options around with them.
Ask questions when it be. I mean, there's
For
nothing wrong.
example, what can I do with this phone
You can
that
make
your
calls.
phone can do
You can make
that I
calls.
cannot sell it now?
You can make calls.
I can sell it to buyers, right?
You can make calls.
So just be sure that you don't have what you want is not around you before you go for it. Yeah.
Exhaust your options.
One of the things I learned from that book, can come by with a question. Did that man really know what a diamond was? Did he know what a diamond looked like?
Exactly.
Because if he didn't know,
It's
no
possible.
matter-
It's possible he saw
he
it.
saw it, he
Yeah.
didn't know that was a diamond.
Yeah.
The second issue is the need for one to be persistent. If you know what you're looking for, be persistent, be focused, and then you find it.
Well. They say whatever has a beginning must have an end. Mr. Basi Valentine does justice to that as she reintroduces the participants and the host, Dr. Udemet Nana.
So thank you very much once again. Could you please say your names before we go? My name, is Nsebasi Valentine, and you are?
Anabiet Francis. And
Mfodavonsoro is my name.
Thank you, darling. And you are?
Either Candy More Kingsley, AK for short.
Ima Bonakman is my name. Aima.
Okay.
Collins Oscar. That's all.
Idiot to be
Sikanabasumo from is my name.
Ikan Kibia.
Ikan Kibia. Your name sounds hypestation.com was here, mind you. Okay, a round of applause for Dr.
My leader.
It's the reason we're gathered here today. I mean, every Saturday you just can walk in here, pick a book and read, but just don't go with it. That's the rule. Please say hello to the house.
You're welcome. It was very interesting. I really enjoyed your company.
We started today by telling us that reading takes us someplace when we have to really stay at a particular place, and because between the pages of a book is a very lovely place to be. We found solace between the pages of all these books, and we hope to do this again another day. But you have to stay tuned, keep clicking, keep watching Passion TV for more of what we'll be serving you. Thank you very much for having stayed tuned.
Keep reading books. But remember that a book is only a book, and we should learn to think for ourselves. For we read to know that we are not alone. Ensure you subscribe to Passion TV NG today.